And I hope this helps as you lay your head on your pillow, put the phone next to your ear. Sleep, sleep, my baby. Feverish baby. Sleep, sleep, my baby. I love you. Take your medicine. Drink the cough syrup. Sleep, sleep, my baby. I love you.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right.
Hi, Taste Buddies. It's a Taste Buds show. I'm Joe DeRosa.
You got Sal Vulcano here.
There you go. Do we need a flashier intro? Like, because I know, like, on Hey Babe, you guys sing every week. Do we
Sure.
need, like,
Want to put Taste Buds into a song?
No, I mean, I don't want to just copy, I don't want to copy what you guys do.
Well, I'm not copying. If I do it myself, I'm just doing it more. Copying myself.
I always feel like this should be how we start. Ready? T-A-S-T-E. Buds.
You want us to start that way?
Yeah.
That's your alternative to what I just said? So how does it go?
We go like this. Ready? Ready to go. Hi, Taste Buddies. Welcome to
T-A-S-T-E. Buds. I initially didn't like it whatsoever, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that could be fun.
I like it.
Yeah. It's a bit militant. It feels like sports, like,
Yeah, well, I feel like this is like a battle.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Speaking of sports, we watched the Jake Paul fight last night.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever thought you'd say those words? It's a weird sentence to say, right? But
they know how to promote a fight. They know how to spark interest. That's for damn sure.
But also, too, like, it's like he's like officially a boxer. You know what I mean?
I suppose. I mean, yeah.
I guess, right? So,
I mean, he hasn't boxed a boxer yet. Another straight up traditional boxer, but the matchups, well, now at least the last two ones with Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley have been very intriguing for multiple reasons.
But I was watching the match with you, and as I was watching it, and I would watch so many of the undercard fights and the title bout go to decision, I saw in play statistics determining whether or not a man won a battle or not. And it made me think of our chart.
Right. Okay. And you want to harken back to that?
No, I'm just saying it would have been a great example to use in the argument for the statistical win.
Yeah, but a stat line in boxing, I mean, you need it. You need it in boxing.
Right.
Yeah, but for a boxer's ranking, they go by their record. For a fight, they go by the stat line.
I guess you're right. Okay.
But for their overall record, they're not like, well, out of your 50 fights, how many rights have you landed and how many rights have you thrown?
You're right, but how many fights do they win? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm dense, but I get it, I think. Here's another thing I wanted to bring up before we get into this.
Please
today.
bring up whatever you like at any time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So this is the forum for it.
I'm not kidding. I saw it in front of me last week when we recorded.
Okay.
Or last episode when we recorded. And it still didn't register. I thought it was this whole time. I thought it was Annie Ann's pretzels.
Auntie Anne's.
No, I thought it was Annie Ann's.
Oh, like Annie Ann's, like the same name twice? You didn't know that the thing was based on Aunt Anne?
No.
Oh, but you've seen with your eyeballs in a mall, Annie Ann's.
A million times.
No.
In my head, it's always... When I saw you type it out in the post, I was like...
Why did you not bring it up then?
Oh, this is what it was. We have a document in our phones that has the statistics.
A shared doc, yeah.
Yeah, shared doc. And I don't share docs with many men.
You really got to know where they've come from.
But we have a shared doc app that has all of our episodes and battles listed, so we can keep track. And when I saw it last week on Monday, when the episode went up, or was it? It was today actually, with the day of this recording when the episode went up. I went into the doc and I saw Auntie Anne's, and I was like, oh, he spelled it wrong. He thinks it's Auntie. And then I was like, wait a minute, is it Auntie
He
Anne's?
thinks it's Auntie.
Yeah, and then I went and looked online on Twitter, and I was like, oh my God, it's Auntie Anne's. I
Yeah.
thought it was Annie Ann's.
We didn't make a joke about that.
When I said it just now, you didn't even hear that I said it wrong.
Annie.
I thought it was Annie Ann's.
Yeah, because you could say
Auntie Anne's.
Yeah, because you can't distinguish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got scorched. Are you embarrassed about it or?
Am I embarrassed? No, because
Scale of 1 to 10.
Who followed me today? Cinnabon. And they direct messaged me, they commented to me and they said, we know who the real champion is. And we follow each other now. Did Annie Ann's follow you?
They didn't. Annie Ann's, I took you to victory and I got nothing. Radio silence from you. And I will tell you right now, I will jump ship to the Cinnabon, to the SS Cinnabon immediately. If I do not hear Annie Ann's, you'll have till the end of the day.
I was on the... I was like you say it like a Batman villain.
Let's not even get cute. Let's not even get cute. And
you got to the end of the day.
Yeah, you got.
By the way, I went on Cinnabon's Twitter feed. They announced that Cinnabon mini bun cookies are back, and they're chocolate chip cookies. I mean, you want to go?
Cinnabon chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. And you want to go futz around with pretzels?
Sounds gross and delicious at the same time. I wonder.
No, I think they're just chocolate chip cookies.
Oh! I thought you were like cinnamon roll chocolate chip.
No,
it's like
they're
too
like
much going on.
Chunky chocolate chip cookies.
I will say, you think that Cinnabon? You think that do you think that it got to the Cinnabon brass? Or do you think that's just the social media Cinnabon that followed you?
That's brass enough for me.
That's brass enough.
I mean, my foot's in the door.
Do you think that they watched? That means that they think they watched the whole episode, or you think they just watched? Here's the thing: most likely they just watched the clip that went up. But I shall tell you, you never know with a company like that. That's probably intriguing, and they probably went ahead and watched the whole thing. I don't know in what ways I slandered Cinnabon, but I wonder if now they have a personal grudge against me, or they understand
they do.
this is all in the spirit of competition.
I hope they do. I mean, you really ran your mouth about them. But I got to be honest with you. I don't think they watched the whole thing because they didn't mention any of your negative comments. And they also didn't bring up that I said a Cinnabon is a thing you eat before you rob a GameStop.
Well, that was in the clip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. They didn't care.
They didn't care.
Cinnabon, you're all right with me, man. Cinnabon's all right.
You know, you want to send a bunch of free Cinnabons and change the tide of the relationship together? Send the Cinnabons.
Jackie Fabulous chimed in, too. Our friend Jackie Fabulous, great comic, very funny. She chimed in and she said...
JJ Fab?
Yeah, she said, I love these battles. And she goes, I hate when I smell the Cinnabon because now I know I have to get one. Something along, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But she jumped in on my team. Thank you, Jackie. But people really reacted to this Cinnabon already today. I mean, I'm saying it like it was a week ago. It's happening as we speak.
It's ta-da. What was the percentage breakdown? Do you remember?
It was pretty heavy.
The loser was in the 30s.
It was a pretty decisive.
It was heavy for Pretz.
Yeah.
But I mean,
oddly enough, pretzels took me down in the pretzel chip battle. I rep pretzels. I rep pretzels, and I lost big time. But then when I went to soft baked pretzels, so pretzels have kind of made up for it.
I got to tell you, I'm from Philadelphia, as you know, and Philadelphia is the home of the soft pretzel. I love soft pretzels. What Annie Ann's does is technically a soft pretzel, but they are not traditional soft pretzels. Like, I don't mean because of the flavor. I mean because of the way it's shaped. There's not a big meaty part in the middle. Like, yeah. I don't know. It lacks some of the substance that a soft pretzel from Philly really has.
Question about Philly. Because when you were like, I'm from Philly, I was like, DeRosa's from Philadelphia, born and raised. So, in West, where's West Philadelphia in relation to
where I was
the people?
Born and raised.
It was?
On the playground. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I did a joke one time. Forget it. I'm not going to be able to remember it all.
So what's your question?
The song Westfield, one of my playgrounds where I spent most of my days chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside out of school when a couple of guys
that were up to no good
started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared.
Yeah.
She said, "You moving with your auntie and uncle and
I
bail."
don't want my pillow where you just put it. The audacity.
You can put it wherever you want.
It's
just
my pillow.
Just tuck the corners in.
I mean, you literally tucked it in, pulled it off of my lap, and put it where you wanted it.
Just shush it. Just as long as it's tucked, babe. Wait.
It's the most psychotic thing I've
I whistled
ever
for a
seen.
cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and had dice in the mirror.
Yeah.
If anything, I could say this cab was where, and then I'll forget it. Your home's to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house around 7 or 8. Okay, so I was in an interview one time, and I started to answer the questions that were being asked of me with sound bites from Bel Air, but I didn't like cue them in. I don't think, and they were like, so and I was like, oh, I was born, in Philadelphia. West Side, I wasn't giving it exact,
Right.
And then the guy picked up on it a little bit, and he said, and then he started following along with me. It might have been me and Casey doing a bit, and then he goes, what time were you? Did you get to the house? I said I got there about 7:30. Because he says I pulled up to the house around 7. I said 7:30. It was a real hoot when it happened.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with you asking me where I'm?
Oh, because you're from Philly, and I always hear the Fresh Prince, and I'm like, well, I know where I know Philly to be,
Right.
Like where I go to Philly, the main city.
Yeah.
Like, where's Is West Philadelphia like nowhere near that? Is it the west side of that city?
It's just west of
it. I understand, but I don't know where that is.
I knew you knew I was going to say that.
I did.
And I could see on your face.
So in the city of Philly, it's just north, south, east, west in the proper city. So have I been to West Philadelphia, or is it like a suburb? Like what is?
I don't think you've been to West Philadelphia. No, it's not a suburb. It's the city. I mean, it's.
Is it rough and tumble? Is it delightful?
I don't know if it still is. It was definitely rough. We used to go when I was younger. We used to go to the Overbrook Country Club there, which was an Italian club, which was where the neighborhood, I believe, Will Smith is from. But West Philadelphia used to be pretty, pretty rough. It wasn't the worst in the Philly neighborhoods. North Philly was always the roughest of the Philly neighborhoods, I believe.
Okay.
But West Philly, it's got
Philly block struggling with drugs, gun violence, where 6-year-old was shot. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
what year is that?
Last year.
All right.
So I mean, it's
still they're still trying to.
Who's from? I mean, South Philly is rough too. That's where Beanie Siegel's from, I think.
So North, West, and South Philly. So East Philly,
Northeast isn't too bad, I don't think. Philly's a rough and tumble town, man.
What's near Camden?
Camden's in Jersey.
Right. But isn't it right on the border line of Philly? And is it known to be like? Wasn't that one of the most?
Camden's a rough town.
Camden, I think it was wasn't it like the murder capital? Like along with like.
I believe so. Camden is tough.
There's like three or four cities that were like really, really tough, and I thought Camden was one of them.
Camden's a rough town.
Do you live in a suburb? Like when you and Jay
I grew
and
up in the suburbs,
Kurt, all those guys say they're from Philly.
I was born in Philly, and then we moved to the suburbs when I was younger. But where I grew up, Collegeville is a at the time was a quaint sort of farmland suburb, but it was considered a suburb of Philadelphia. Was how it was referred.
Okay,
but it's not.
So when you say I'm from Philly,
I didn't grow up in Philly.
Okay,
I was born there.
All right. Well, it's ketchup versus mustard today, babe.
I mean, what a dry conversation we just had about Philly.
I know.
There was nothing.
There.
Because we let in because of pretzels.
Yeah, you let in because of pretzels, and I had some questions about West Philadelphia because of William Smith.
You never asked one question about West Philly. Oh wait, yes you did. You asked where is it?
Well, I asked where is it, and is it a tough neighborhood or not? I was looking for a little education.
It was. I don't know if it still is, but it definitely was.
Yeah.
My friends lived in West Philly, and they got.
Could you liken it to a neighborhood here? Is it like a Bed-Stuy?
Yeah, it's like
Bushwick, something like that.
Yeah, well, not. I mean, I don't know if it's like Bushwick now, but like, I remember my friend Kevin got beat up by a pack of 15-year-olds on the street. They jumped him. My other friends lived in West Philly. These guys kicked their door in and came in and pistol whipped everybody and robbed them. Shit happens out there.
That wasn't the first thing that came to mind when I asked you, can you give me a little litmus test on West Philly?
I said it's a rough neighborhood. I don't know if it still is.
You wait 10 minutes, we talk about the doldrums of it, and then you tell me the pistol whipping toward the end?
I got to tell you something, Sal. When you're from the streets, you don't talk about the streets. The game is to be sold, not to be told.
Well, all right. So our listeners, you know what they do right now during this time? They're always trying to guess who's taking what.
Yeah.
So go ahead, guess.
Guess who's taking what?
You done guessing?
You done guessing?
All right.
You done guessing? They know who's taking what in this one.
I feel like they do know.
They know who's taking the briny, salty.
I'll tell you who's not gonna. I'll tell you who's not gonna cut the mustard on this episode.
I am proudly Team Mustard on this episode,
and I'm Team Ketchup now.
Now, I also feel like we need to wait. Ready?
Yeah.
This is how we need to start off the debates now.
Please.
Ready? BATTLE.
BAT. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's you.
And then go buds again like that.
Battle Buds. Oh my God, it's almost like Battle Bots.
Yeah, we need to start having like a little more tentpole-y things.
And you think that me and you should act like teen cheerleaders?
I think it's a good way to. I think it's a fun thing to do.
Okay, so you want to start the show off by going TASTE Buds.
Nope. The pause. TASTE. Did I spell it right? TASTE.
Buds. Okay.
Yeah. Now we go. Time to start the battle.
BATTLE.
Buds. That one you don't pause. You just hit it.
When did you write these rules?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just coming up
So
with them.
test me again. Top of the show?
Top of the show. Let's start the show, Sal. Welcome to. Hey, Taste Buddies. Welcome to Hey,
I thought you were going to say I'm Joe DeRosa. Okay,
No.
gotcha. Okay.
Hey, Taste Buddies. Welcome to TASTE Buds. I'm Joe DeRosa.
Oh my God.
Fun.
I will tell you something. It's terrible, but if you're doing it, it's fun.
It is. Yeah.
It's like one of those little whistles that go.
Right now we
Yeah.
do the battle.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for the debate. BATTLE Buds.
This is terrible.
How fun is that?
It is so fun though.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's
Love
fun.
it. I'm pro this.
All right.
Really? It's corn cinch, but it's also super fun.
I want to see how many weeks it takes for the fans to get
If Pimp
mad.
likes it, I think it's good. If Pimp likes it,
Okay.
Pimp knows his potties. I think he knows. You know.
Here's the thing. Mustard. I am a fan now. Mustard was one of the couple dozen foods I didn't get into till late in life, until about maybe a decade ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
Ketchup, I've been a day one stan.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to start this debate by keeping my name out your mouth and start defending your thing. Make me a ketchup pitch.
Okay.
Make me a ketchup pitch.
Okay.
Instead of telling me what you don't like about mustard, tell me what you love about ketchup and why you think it's going to take this win.
Okay. You starting from a young age, I think that ketchup is a more amenable taste than mustard is. I think that you'll find, I think that that'd be a general thing that I could say that I feel confident in. That as children, when we're growing up, it takes a little bit more of a defined palate to get into mustard. I think mustard is a little bit more
Sophisticated, advanced.
I don't know if it's sophisticated so much as it's at least way more distinct of a taste.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Thanks a lot, BetterHelp. We love you. We love what you do. Folks, if there's something interfering with your happiness or maybe preventing you from achieving goals, we all get there. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. But BetterHelp is here to help. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. None of the rigmarole that you have to go through using the healthcare system, which can be quite laborious and frustrating, quite frankly, especially when you're looking for mental refreshing. There is a broad range of expertise available, which may or may not be
Available locally in all areas.
There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be available locally, right? In all areas. But, you know, you got a nice variety here at your fingertips. We want you to visit betterhelp.com/tastebuds. That's better, H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. That special offer for Taste Buds listeners is you get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/tastebuds.
Folks, we're here to talk to you about Butcher Box today, and they've been a sponsor of the podcast for quite some time. We love them. I get 9 to 11 pounds of meat sent to my house all the time. You could pick a custom box, or they have 4 preset boxes that you could take. They send you wild-caught lobster tails, wild-caught Alaskan salmon, sugar-free nitrate bacon, free-range organic chicken, humanely raised pork, 100% grass-fed, and finished beef. It's just taking the supermarket out of it. It's taking everything out of it. You could be fully stocked all the time. Of course, we have a great offer here. Today's sponsor, ButcherBox, wants to give you something amazing. So right now, they're offering our members free ground beef for life. Wow, they took my breath away with that one. That's a big sentence. That's 2 pounds of ground beef in every box for the life of your subscription for free.
You used to have to win a game show to get a deal like that.
Yeah, that's insane. I use ButcherBox. We try them out. They sent some stuff to my house. I went through all the meats. I ordered again. I personally use it and I love it. You just sign up. You choose your delivery frequency. Like I said, they offer 5 different boxes, including custom box. They're frozen at their peak freshness, and they're shipped in eco-friendly packaging. So everybody is world and conscious of the globe today. So everything's eco-friendly, and that's it. It's right to your door, and it's free shipping.
Yeah. So go get this deal. 2 pounds of ground beef for life, for the life of your subscription. Obviously, if you stop subscribing, they don't just keep sending you beef. They're not that nice. ButcherBox.com/tastebuds is where you're going to get that deal. That's ButcherBox.com/tastebuds.
I think that ketchup can be applied to many more things, especially foods that children eat. Your hamburgers, your hot dogs, your chicken fingers, your eggs, your mashed potatoes, like things like that. And I think that they get acclimated to ketchup way earlier. I think that the ketchup taste from tomato, I think that kids taste tomato and a lot of other things. The first time I tasted mustard, I thought it was super foreign and super potent, and I recoiled a little bit from it. And then I had that in my head about mustard for life until I got old enough to appreciate mustard. But it is like a more sour, spicy, tangy.
I'll say this. I have liked mustard since I was a child.
That checks out for me. You would be a child that likes mustard.
I liked it since...
Sound off in the comments, actually. If you have children, what are their takes? What are their ages and their takes on ketchup and mustard? My gut tells me that a lot of kids aren't down with mustard from a young age. No, but you got a big variety, though. I
like mustard from a young age. Why? Ham and cheese sandwich, mustard.
Mayo I put on that.
No, I mustard.
Couldn't do it.
I'm not saying I never put mayo on it. I'm just saying mustard. Hot dog, always put mustard and ketchup on it together. McDonald's cheeseburgers, ate them since I was little. They had mustard on them. I love mustard. I think mustard is the all-time greatest condiment that has ever existed.
Wow.
When it comes to variety, when it comes to versatility, when it comes to cooking and recipes, mustard is king. Nothing can touch it. First of all, with ketchup, all cold cuts are off the table with ketchup.
True.
You make it a cold sandwich. Mustard is your boy, dude, with a cold sandwich. Not saying mayo isn't too.
Here's what I found, and let me know if you agree with me, dear listener. I found that like a lot of times I gotta be if I want mustard on my sandwich, I better be in the mood for mustard because I think mustard dominates the sandwich. So a lot of times if I make a ham and cheese these days and I put mustard on it, I really, really, really am like, all right, you're gonna be eating basically a mustard sandwich with ham and cheese on it. Whereas I feel like if I put mayo on it, you taste mayo, but I think mayo has a way of combining with the bread, the ham, and the cheese to make a taste profile together. Whereas when I put on mustard, I feel like I'm eating ham and cheese and mustard. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I understand that
the chew becomes mustard dominant, it feels like everything else takes a back seat to mustard.
I wouldn't say that. I think I understand that it's 3 distinct flavors. And that mayo is more cohesive with the bread. But I will say this too. Nothing, and we're not here to talk mayo, but we will for a second. Nothing grosses me out more than too much mayo on a sandwich.
Me too.
It's disgusting.
I agree.
Too much mustard I could deal with. Too much ketchup I could deal with.
Okay.
Too much mustard I can deal with. Too much ketchup I could deal with. Too much mayo.
Couldn't agree more.
It's so disgusting. Now I'll tell you this. Here's another plus for mustard, okay?
We almost did mayo mustard.
We almost did.
Mayo is so polarizing. Might have been a closer matchup because I do think ketchup's the favorite.
But ketchup, I think you're going to win just out of the sheer popularity of ketchup.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I hate to say it. It burns my ass.
Yeah, but there's more applications, babe.
But here's
you
the
take
thing.
out cold cuts. But please continue.
Well, here's the thing. Ketchup. You got Heinz, and then it's game over. That's it.
I disagree.
Heinz ketchup, which I told you before we started, scientists tested it and said it was the most perfectly flavor balanced food on earth. Perfect amount of sweet, salty, everything. perfect flavor profile is Heinz ketchup. You give me any ketchup that isn't Heinz, you can take a walk, dude. I'm not interested at all.
Heinz has ketchup on lockdown as far as popularity of ketchup goes. You know, you got your Hunts, you got your homemades, you got your store brands. Like I have a Trader Joe's black truffle downstairs ketchup, which is nice. But can I tell you about a ketchup that has entered the market recently for me? Actually, a brand that has entered the condiment market on the whole that has really shook things up for me.
What?
Sir Kensington's.
You know, I see this Sir Kensington flaunting himself, walking around like
he's a
hot
market
stuff.
disruptor, babe. His ketchup it's different. It doesn't taste as processed. It just tastes something. It's something about it tastes more natural and organic, but flavorful and really, really like high quality.
That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a Heinz ketchup. But let me tell you this, dude.
Sir Kensington's people, if you're watching, and we know that you are, please send me a whole bunch of free shit.
Listen, I'll try your ketchup. I'll try it, and if I stand corrected, I stand corrected.
The product line is ever expanding.
I gotta tell you right now, I don't like his attitude at all. I don't like the mascot. I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Yeah, he looks like the guy from Monopoly.
I mean, I don't need to see that guy staring at me as I eat my burger. You know what I mean? It's gonna piss me off.
All right, but I think that Heinz, right. Hunts has been around. Hunts serves a purpose. I don't think Hunts is anywhere.
Is not good though.
Well, the nice people at Hunts, it's not for me. I do think that Sir Kensington is
sponsoring you.
No, but people work there.
No, I get it. I don't like it. If you eat Hunt's next time, look, if you got to pick
I like Heinz more than Hunt's.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, Sir Kensington, we should do a blind taste test. Oh, we should have had a blind taste test ready for today.
You got it downstairs?
I have Sir Kensington's probably, but I don't have the other two. That would have been delightful. We could have done another episode.
Why don't you just go get the Sir Kensington and let me just taste it?
You've had Sir Kensington. You just commented on it.
No, I never had it.
Oh, I thought you. Then why would you say it's not? You just don't like the look of it.
I said Hunt's is not good.
Okay.
I said Sir Kensington. I'm not looking for this. I'm not looking for natural flavor. He's got an attitude problem. Why don't you go get a spoonful of Sir Kensington? Let me taste it.
I will. Let's just go into, because I also want to talk about the 57 with Heinz. Heinz company. By the way, Heinz. For me, though, Sir Kensington is new, it's great, and everything like that. But Heinz, for me, has been the staple of my family. And I also just want to say to the lovely people at Heinz, thank you for sponsoring my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Heinz Field. Lovely field.
I'm going to tell you this before you go history. Heinz, yellow mustard, great. I'm just talking yellow mustard for a second.
Yeah, yellow mustard.
French's, yellow mustard, great. Then if you start getting into the Browns, dude, French's, Heinz, and then you're getting into Dijon, Grey Poupon. I mean, my God,
Grey
almighty, dude.
Yep.
French, there are 3 Grand Slam hitters right off the bat.
Do people even know who Grey Poupon is anymore? Because that was an ad campaign when we were younger. I bet you don't know who Grey Poupon is.
No, I know.
You do?
Yeah, it was like marketed as fancy pants.
Yeah. Oh, but
It was
how
the
do you know
original
that?
Sir
Because they don't do that
Kensington.
anymore.
I listen to a lot of radio.
It was the original Sir Kensington.
Pass the Grey Poupon. Right? And then there's would you please pass the Grey Poupon? And then one guy goes, will you please pass the jelly? Can you pull that up?
Yeah. I mean, just.
Oh, Goldens. You didn't even talk about Goldens yet.
Goldens, I forgot.
Goldens, right?
Goldens, G-U-L.
Goldens. Yeah, you got bangers out there.
Then, dude, you ever have Nathan's hot dog mustard?
No.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
The mustard companies, there's a good variety of them. You got a lot of heavy hitters out there. But, I mean, Heinz is like it's just like the empire.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You know,
if you don't know what Grey Poupon is, it's a Dijon mustard standalone that came out when we were younger, and it marketed itself. The way they market it is the guy is in the back of a chauffeured Rolls Royce.
Would you have any Grey Poupon?
But of course. And then he doesn't share it. All right, pause this, because this commercial is batshit. Okay, first of all, who are they marketing to? I get that they want to stamp home that Grey Poupon is an uppity, high-end mustard, which, by the way, it's just sold in every supermarket nationwide.
I can tell you who they're marketing it to.
Who?
They're marketing it to garbage people that don't know what fancy things are and will see this commercial and think that they're fancy because they bought Grey Poupon. That's really what it is.
This shit aired during like after school
you know who they're
cartoons.
marketing it to? The guy that goes, "Can you please pass the jelly?"
Yeah, because that's another one. So this is so the commercial is an old gray-haired, white-haired man that looks like wealthy, like he lives in a castle, pulls up in a Rolls Royce being chauffeured. He has a tray. He's eating his lunch in the back. He applies Grey Poupon. Another Rolls Royce pulls up next to him being chauffeured. Another old white wealthy man lowers and asks if he has Grey Poupon. The guy says, of course, but then pulls away and doesn't even share it with him.
Yeah, now the pull away without the share, is that how dare you ask for any of my precious commodity, or is that you're trash if you don't have your own?
I think it's everything under the sun. You know what I mean? It's like, of course I have it. You don't. I'm better than you.
Okay.
Of course I have it. You don't. You think I'm sharing mine? I love it too much. Of course I have it. I'm wealthy enough to have it. You don't have it. You're suspect.
It's the whitest commercial that has ever existed.
It is.
And then the audacity with the jelly guy, which was not in that one. They're
To
just
throw in
taking-
him.
Is that this
I
one?
think it's this
Okay, hold on. Let's watch this one.
Here's the one where you see. Oh, it's all fruit. We
Oh,
got
that's right.
Polaner all fruit. Pause. We just confused. It's the same exact marketing campaign.
yeah.
Are they not the same people?
I don't know.
Grey Poupon, Polaner all fruit, which is jelly. They wanted to be a high-end jelly. That's where my mind went. They were so similar in ad campaigns. I combined both of them.
That's wild.
I didn't even notice it.
I did too. When you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that commercial. Keeps, in effect, helping men keep what they got up on the dome.
Yes.
A lot of guys, by the time they are 35, experience some form of hair loss. I'm talking 2 out of 3 men.
Can I show you something? Can you feel this right here?
I don't want to.
Okay, well, I feel like I might have a little bit of thinning going on right here.
Really?
Yeah, and so it keeps in the past wasn't necessarily for me. I think I might try it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are you just saying this because of the Keeps brochures I've been planting discreetly around your house?
I know how to take a hint.
Yeah.
No, but I have friends that use it. About more than 50 million men, this is a stat they tell us, in the U.S. suffer from male pattern baldness, and there are only 2 FDA-approved medications that can prevent hair loss. Keeps offers both of them.
They've got convenient virtual doctor consultations, and the medications are delivered straight to your door every 3 months. You don't have to leave home. This is all about prevention. You see it starting, and you stop it in its tracks with the help of Keeps. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, though, so act fast, okay?
Discreet packaging, proven results, low cost. Treatments are just $10 a month. They start at, and Keeps offers generic versions, so it's not going to break the bank.
Go to Keeps.com. That's KEEPS.com/tastebuds. KEEPS.com/tastebuds. You're going to get your first month of treatment for free. That's KEEPS.com/tastebuds to get your first month free. I got a bod, you got a bod, but we would like to have a Fitbod.
Fitbod is an app that sponsors the show, and I like it because you can customize your workout to whatever you have in the house, to your level of expertise, to your level. I mean, I'm not a guy, I'm not a gym rat myself. I actually don't even have equipment, but if I did, you can tailor Fitbod to what equipment you have. I do the workouts that aren't equipment based.
Yeah, I agree.
But-
I'm not a gym rat either. I'm a rat.
Yeah.
I've ratted on friends and all kinds of people. But I'm not a gym rat, which is the only kind of good rat, I believe.
yeah, I guess you're right. It is the only good rat. I don't know. I mean, I've gone on like diets before, and I plateau.
Yeah.
And you need to mix in exercise with your dieting to break through those plateaus and go further. I've leveled out, and I found that when I add something like a regimen that I could follow to it, I see results. I always.
Sal, I hear you, babe. And I'm looking up videos like this on YouTube anyway half the time when I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
It's all there. It's all searchable.
Yeah.
It's all easy to use.
Great. It's great. Yeah, I don't have to save it to a playlist anymore where it's like a workout video, then a review of The Last Jedi, and then a recipe.
Well, of course, we have
Anyway.
an offer for our listeners. Pick up the pace on your fitness journey with Fitbod today, and your future self will thank you. Get 25% off your membership at fitbod.me. That's fitbod.me/tastebuds. That's 25% off at fitbod.me/tastebuds. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Yeah. So this one, it's a wealthy white family at a fine dining restaurant, and the matriarchy of the family asks for Polaner all fruit.
By the way, in the Grey Poupon, I don't think you said this. In the Grey Poupon ad, what the man is using it for, what he's eating, is a full.
I didn't see it.
It's like a roast beef dinner or something, and he's like cutting meat with a knife and fork and putting dabs
like
of
a
mustard
steak dip.
Could you imagine? This is why I know they were advertising towards people that couldn't afford a fancy restaurant but wanted to feel fancy at the supermarket. If you ever went into a steak, like a high-end steak place, and said, "Could I have some mustard, please?" They would throw you out. They would use your head to open the door and throw you out. Just like if you ever went into like a fancy schmancy like French restaurant like this is supposed to be, and you said, "Do you have any jelly?"
That's amazing. Let's let this one play.
It's so nuts, dude. Yeah, go ahead.
All fruit.
Pass the Polaner all fruit.
Would you please pass the jelly?
Polaner all fruit is real fruit, sweetened only with fruit juice. You'll call it delicious. You'll call it remarkable. But please, don't.
And then a rich aristocrat lady faints because she's so offended that this redneck
who's at the table with her in a suit. Why is he there? There's only 5 people at the table. She knows nothing of this man. That he's in a suit with her and asks to please pass the jelly, and then she's in a. She has 5 rows of pearls on her neck.
Can you imagine the balls on this company that they're like, our ad campaign is we're just going to take a dump on the South?
Right.
That's what we're going to do.
I mean, that was like,
that's
would you please pass the jelly?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you think they're playing with Beverly Hillbillies? Was that the same?
Okay, could be. No, but she was like, think about those people in the freaking marketing. In that conference room, that'll just like, all right, here's the most. You want to get relatable? Let's get freaking relatable.
I mean, and she's been
It's
sitting
like 90-year-old white men that are definitely like oil tycoons, eating steak with mustard on the back of their Rolls Royces.
She's sitting with him, and she faints from the shock that he is not as sophisticated as she is. That oh my God, I've been sharing my table with this Philistine, who thinks this is jelly. Which, by the way, it's goddamn jelly.
It's straight jelly.
It's jelly.
She was like, she passed out at the fact that he couldn't discern that spreadable fruit with real fruit juice had any difference from the thing that's most closely related to, which is jelly. She was so appalled that he could not make the distinction between a spreadable all fruit and jelly, that she lost oxygen to her brain.
Right, and she fainted
in a public setting. And then the waiter it comes out and he's fanning her down in hopes to revive her.
Fanning her down with a silver platter.
A silver platter.
Not even using a fan.
And the girl is a young girl who seems well adjusted for someone being raised around these types.
Right.
And she giggles.
I think she's the daughter of the trash.
Oh, do you? Can you wind that back? Is she the trash's daughter?
She's the trash's daughter.
This guy, the other guy at the table, it's like they don't even know each other. They got seated there a la carte. The other guy at the table is appalled and disgusted.
I do think it's like this is a commentary on like in high society we intermingle with other, you know what I mean? Like we all sit together.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But effective.
I mean, look.
Off the top of our heads, we rattled off both ad campaigns, and they're so similar, I connected them.
And I got to tell you, the Grey Poupon commercial made me want to do nothing more than spread Grey Poupon on sliced turkey on my platter, whatever the hell he was eating. Hey, it looked really good.
The people at Polaner and Grey Poupon, why don't you make an updated version of this and have some wealthy .com guy go through a less fortunate neighbor. This is what you're doing right here anyway.
Do we have any connection to? I mean, we made connections with Peanut Butter Company, right? Do we have any connection to a mustard company, do you think? Does anybody out there make mustard for your company? And will you make a Taste Buds special brand called You Trash? And it's a Dijon mustard, Taste Buds presents You Trash.
Yeah.
Or a jelly. Or like a
first
jelly.
of all, let's stop masquerading high fructose. Let's stop masquerading jelly and mustard as anything high end. It's ground seeds and a bunch of sugar and fruit.
I'll tell you, I'm a heavy Grey Poupon user. I'm a heavy Grey Poupon. I love it.
We got to get into this battle.
It's my. We're in the battle. We're doing it.
I know, but we're really just talking about Grey Poupon.
I love Grey Poupon. I'll tell you what, though. You've fallen from grace, Grey Poupon, because you got your stuff in a squirt bottle now like everybody else. Yeah,
how dare they?
They slid down the squirt. Now, the jars might still exist. I don't know, because I only ever buy it in squirt bottle now, because I'm like, this is great. I can squirt it on my sandwich.
Yeah, well, so in a restaurant I used to work at, we used to keep the glass Heinz jars, and then after they were done, we'd wash them, dry them, and then get big cans of Heinz ketchup and then fill them back up so we're not ordering glass bottles all the time. But the glass bottle, I think, is a really beautiful touch to a ketchup. I don't know if Hunt's does a glass bottle. Kensington doesn't. Plastic's ruining the earth. I like hitting that 57 and waiting for it to come out. I remember Heinz is a very effective ad campaign where it doesn't come out of that bottle unless you get a knife and jab it up there, or you really, really wait. Remember that they used to turn the Heinz over and just wait and then finally hit the burger underneath?
And say like it's worth it or whatever?
I just think that, I don't know. I think it's...
Hit the neck. That's how you get it out.
Hit that 57, which 57 varieties. What was that 57 in Heinz? I read it. I forgot.
To this day, nobody knows.
Is it a secret?
I don't know. I always hear crazy like different stories. I've yet to confirm any of them. There was Heinz 57 sauce too.
No,
remember?
I thought it was very straightforward. What it was?
Yeah, 57 varieties.
Yeah.
Heinz 57 sauce, which I felt for Heinz was a rare misstep.
You know what, Heinz, so then they went into the plastic bottle, right? Now they got the plastic bottle, mustard does too, that stands the cap down so it's all at the bottom of the bottle. But then they started...
I mean, have you ever seen a more genius invention?
It revolutionized
I don't know if they did it or shampoo did it first. Whoever came up with that is
correct.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And then what they did was they started making the bottle red. So that you never, because it looks a little bit more appealing. It always looks full. It always looks fully representative of a fresh bottle.
What if I told you I knew where to get glass bottles of Heinz? What would you say?
Real? Do they not do that anymore?
They don't have them in the stores.
They don't?
No.
Are you positive?
I have not seen one.
Remember when we were little too? There was the small one, then the bigger one, and then the big one. Yeah. Do you know what I like though? I like ordering room service and getting the little mini bottle.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. I feel like
what
a
if
giant.
I told you I had a line on some glass bottles of Heinz?
I would love that.
All right, let me see what I can do.
I think Heinz has actually become like pop art. I might be surprised if Warhol didn't Warhol mess with Heinz? I know he did Campbell's.
I want to give you a little history of no, he did Campbell's. I don't think he did Heinz.
But you know, ketchup can be put on everything, dude, except for cold cuts. Ketchup is hot dogs. It's hamburgers. It's fried chicken.
So is mustard. Fried chicken.
Of all kinds.
Mustard. Dude,
eggs.
Babe, honey mustard. What are we talking about?
Eggs,
the most
potatoes.
popular of all chicken finger sauces is honey mustard. That is the one, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, look, go back to the...
Honey mustard is new to the... It's new to the chat, really. I remember honey mustard coming on strong in about when I was in college.
Go back to the history, Pimp.
I do love a good honey mustard with a little horseradish.
Okay, hold on. Prepared mustard, as we know it, began in Dijon, France. Did you know there was a place called Dijon, France?
I did not. I thought Dijon was a spice.
Let's go there.
Swear to Christ.
How great is Dijon,
I thought Dijon
France?
was a spice. So if mustard was made in like Tallahassee, it would be called Tallahassee mustard, not
basically,
Dijon.
Yeah.
I thought Dijon was a flavor.
That's what I thought too. Made in the 13th century, encouraged by the mustard-loving Pope John the 22nd of Avignon, who created the position of Grand Mustardier du Pape, or Grand Mustard Maker. The Pope had a Grand Mustard Maker.
Wow.
That is insane.
Who lived near Dijon and made him mustard.
How is this not a movie? You know, they make these biopics. They make these biopics about stuff you don't give a shit about. Yeah. They made the one about the guy who invented windshield wipers. They made the one about the lady who made the mops. How the frig is there not a Grand Mustard Maker biopic?
I know. Whoa. What are those things right there from Heinz?
The most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Cranch? What's Cranch?
Sal, you don't remember this? I sent you a picture of these once, and I said these. Every name of one of these, it was like it was in the early stages of our friendship, and I sent you a picture of these, and I said every name of these is more disgusting than the last.
Mayo must. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Heinz, I love you. Mayo must.
No,
I get it gets the point across.
The names are so gross.
But mayo must, a musty thing. Like mustard is good, but when you cut mustard down to must doesn't ring appealing to me.
Cranch is the grossest.
What's cranch?
It's ketchup and ranch sauce.
Oh my God!
Mayo Q.
Oh, mayo and barbecue. It's just, I get it, but some of the parts sometimes it just doesn't do it for me.
You have no recollection of me sending you that, do you?
No. Not one of those 3 flavors, at least.
I think it was...
You sent me something, and it was gross.
I think it was...
Well, let me say, I haven't tasted these things, but the idea of them...
I don't like a mixture of... Look, that's like peanut butter and jelly in the same jar. It's like, I'll mix my own sauces, thank you. You know
when that came out, though, as a kid, I had no balls.
What do you mean? What does that
mean? With no context, it sounds like I'm a freaking eunuch. No, when I blew my balls off. When they mixed the jelly and the peanut butter in one thing, I was like, this makes so much sense. It is more convenient. It's fun. I want to stick to my hand, my fork, and I want to swear.
I was disgusted.
To this day.
By day one, I was disgusted.
Something about, already I love peanut butter in a jar because it's like so smooth and I love breaking the seal on top. But when you have the peanut butter and the jelly in there, do they still sell that?
Yeah. Listen, I think so. Now, here's the thing. Would I eat it now? Yeah, I'd eat it now, and I eat it with a spoon as like a fun treat. What disgusted me as a kid, I would never buy it though as my peanut butter and jelly source, because the same thing disgusts me now that disgusted me as a kid, which was once you did it once, putting that thing back and taking it out again and looking inside that second round.
Well, you couldn't mix it. Then it would look like slop.
Oh, it's so
You just have to get... What I don't like about it is it doesn't allow me to choose how much jelly or mustard I really kind of want on my sandwich. Jelly or peanut butter.
Give us a little ketchup history, because we got to go to the phones in a minute.
We got to go to the phones.
This was a mellow ep today.
It was. But can I just continue, though?
But that's okay.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Ketchup. Potatoes. Ketchup. Okay? Chicken, fried or other.
Mustard on potatoes too. But go ahead. Did you ever see Sling Blade?
French fried potatoes.
They go on mustard.
Oh, they do?
Or eats his biscuits with mustard. He eats mustard on something
Mustard
weird.
Came into my life strictly with the pretzel. And then I transformed it. But I don't know, man. I just think ketchup, when I bite into like a beautiful like cheeseburger with ketchup on it, I don't feel like I'm eating a ketchup sandwich. You know, I think it does what mayo does in a way that it combines with the meat, the cheese, and the bread to accentuate the taste
you would never,
and bring it to new heights. When I eat mustard, I feel like I'm just eating mustard dominated.
If you're putting the amount of ketchup, if you're putting the amount of mustard that you would put on a burger, what the hell am I trying to say? If you put the same amount of mustard on a burger that you do ketchup, you're doing the mustard wrong. Mustard should...
I've never eaten mustard on a burger.
Oh, dude, it's on every McDonald's burger.
I asked them to take it off.
Oh, no, you're nuts, dude.
You know what I don't like about mustard, too? When you open it and all that, like, discharge comes out.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I agree. That's a bummer.
It's, like, coagulated and oily. And
my favorite dipping sauce of all time is McDonald's hot mustard. The hot mustard dipping sauce is king of all dipping sauces.
Who would have known you would have brought up McDonald's?
And you want to talk about things you can put mustard on. I mean, dude, you can make... You know how many recipes I do? Like Dijon mustard as a base, and you bake chicken in it, and it's delicious, dude. Mustard and white wine recipes. You putting mustard on your sandwiches, as we already said. It does go with chicken. It's there's like recipes for like mustard based rib sauces, mustard based barbecue sauces. They're all, it's got a lot of...
Yeah, but you got to ask yourself, why has mustard not achieved the heights of ketchup?
Look at this. Mustard is the clear winner, it says, in the health department, brings a myriad of ailments, relief for ailments, including
ketchup's really bad for you health-wise, that's
problems,
for sure.
And even poor respiratory
sugar, it's corn, it's bad.
It heals. Now, this is the Clowhound poll, ketchup versus mustard. Who won this, Pimp? We were unaware of this. It'll tell you at the bottom the winner. Well, I mean, it's undoubtedly that mustard is better than ketchup for you. It has no sugar. it's like 3 ingredients. I mean, that's the other thing too, Sal. You want to talk here. You look at the back of a mustard bottle, it's like 3-4 ingredients. You look at the back of a ketchup bottle, and I hate to say it because I love Heinz, you're seeing a lot of hydro, Cilio, whatever.
There's organic, all natch options of ketchup out there.
And they suck, brother. It sounds like it tastes like you open a can of tomato paste. And you know it, and I know it.
I've never put ketchup on something and wasn't happy with it because I put the ketchup on it.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I've never been like, this is too much ketchup or like.
But I'm saying health-wise.
No, I got you. I'm just jumping around. And I put mustard on stuff and be like, I wish I didn't put the mustard on it.
I want you, I'm going to go to the phones. I want you to go downstairs, please, and bring me a spoon.
I hope I have some.
Sir Kensington.
Yeah.
All right.
I usually do, but I might be out of it because I used it so much.
Okay. Well, what?
Do you really want me to do this right now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go there.
Yeah, for the episode. Pimp, take me to the phones.
All right, let's do it.
I'll read a couple comments while Sal goes down. Ketchup is the participation trophy of condiments, nice in theory, but other than a few exceptions, mostly suited for small children. Good point. Mustard is right next to Ron Jeremy's baby gravy on the list of things I want least on my food. Liquefied dick cheese in a bottle. Jesus, that might be our winner right out of the gate. Jesus, God. Ketchup through time has stood alone in greatness, I think that's supposed to read. While mustard needs honey, spicy, and Dijon to stay relevant, that's not true. I hate both. All right, here we go. You didn't have to bring all the mustards up.
All right, take it easy.
Wow.
Can I show you something here? Nutrition facts. Tomatoes, tomato paste, fair trade organic cane sugar, water, onions, distilled vinegar, salt, lime juice, green bell peppers, allspice.
Okay.
Those are the ingredients
Okay.
in Sir Kensington's. Not a single chemical.
But you got sugar in there.
Yeah, but at least it's
Ingredients.
also
I understand.
fair trade organic
I understand.
cane.
I understand. Mustard ingredients: water, mustard, seeds, distilled vinegar, white wine. Boom.
Okay.
Out the door.
Water, mustard, distilled vinegar, salt, white
I've
wine,
had this Dijon.
sugar, citric acid.
This is Trader Joe's Dijon. I love it. I don't need to taste it. I love it. This is, I'm not a fan of whole grain mustard. Okay. I don't like it's got a weird aftertaste to me. I've never liked whole grain. But let's see this Sir Kensington to see if I can get a healthy ketchup into my life.
You're not gonna have.
What?
You're not gonna have it on anything.
So what? You don't think I can tell if it's good or not?
It's delicious, bro. Oh shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's good.
Right?
You know that'd be good on meatloaf.
Meatloaf is another thing people put ketchup on.
I put mustard on mine too.
No, you don't.
I put ketchup and mustard on it.
Really? I never heard of that.
It's a
Is that
cheeseburger.
not lights out?
It's really good. Sir Kensington, I apologize, sir.
Non-GMO.
I apologize, sir. I spoke out of line.
Is classic ketchup your main squeeze? Have a fling with our spicy brown mustard. All right. Well, Sir Kensington, if you're watching, and we imagine that you are, please send me all your products.
Back to the phones. The Germans didn't use ketchup gas is all I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
That's the winner.
Sweet
Nobody
Lord.
is going to beat that. Nobody's going to beat
So
that.
you're saying mustard is better?
No, he's
Yes,
saying
he
it's
is.
worse. No, he's saying ketchup is better. He's saying mustard's evil.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well, depends who that person is.
Jordan Cup for the win. Follow Jordan at J-O-R. Jesus, I can't talk today. At JORDANCUPP.
CUPP. No.
Oh, wow. Really? Wow, 16,500 votes. Pimp.
Is
give
that
us
on a refresh too? Yeah. Did you read enough?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to the segment of Humble Pie. See who is going to win this thing.
Wait. H-U-M-B-L-E
pie.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The question is, how big of a victory is it? Ketchup. Woo! Handily.
Come on.
Well, I would believe that. Believe that.
Come on.
73.1% ketchup to 26.9%.
Off.
That's a drubbing. That is 3 times. It's 3 to 1. 3 to 1. I would
How
have
many is he up
guessed
now?
that. How would you not guess that? I would guess 3 to 1 people prefer ketchup over mustard.
26 to 20.
You need it more often. You apply it to more
but
things.
mustard is the king of all condiments.
Says who?
Me?
Right.
Yeah. So does your mustard aisle. Go into the mustard aisle. There's tons of mustard.
But people are reaching for ketchup more than they're reaching for mustard. I wonder where mayo would finish against mustard, and I wonder where mayo would finish against ketchup.
Well, that'd be a good one to bring in for a guest. We'll have a guest come in, and we'll see how mayo does.
We could do like a 4-way. I think we revisit. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here's one thing that we want to try, and we'll say this and we'll get out right away. We want to start doing these things where we do lightning episodes.
Yes.
So there's some matchups that we really like that we don't do because we don't know if they'd sustain a whole episode. For example, Tootsie Pop versus Blow Pop,
right?
Something like that. And we're like, how do we get? We have a whole bunch of those. We're like, how do we get those in? So now we're thinking we'll do like things called lightning episodes, where there's 3 smaller. Once in a while, there's 3 smaller matchups in a single episode. We battle quickly.
Yeah.
And then that episode still, each poll counts toward the record. So you come out with 3-0 from one episode, or 1-3, or 2-1, or any combination of 3,
Yes.
or however many you do. So we might be doing that. Maybe we'll do it next. Maybe we'll do it in the next couple of episodes.
And some of those suggestions come from fans too. We're like, oh, that's cool, but it's not a full episode.
Yeah.
But so that's next. Stay tuned.
I still love you, babe.
Still love you too.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. 2 fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man, yeah, they